Hey folks, PhoneArena.com at CES 2015, and we're still looking at some ZTE gadgetry here. This is the SPRO 2. This is a wireless hotspot projector. So it's got its own LTE connectivity, it's got its own hotspot functionality, so you can connect up to 10 devices to it, as well as project images onto a screen, a wall, or whatever you happen to have going for you here. It's running Android 4.4. It's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 800. The user interface, they call it internally, they refer to it as Z-Path. Really what is just their own take on it to make it touch optimized, so it does follow the motif that we've seen from, like, say, Windows Phone with this kind of tile arrangement. It's a smooth operator. This display that you use to operate the thing is a 5-inch display. It's got 1280 by 720 HD. It's an LCD panel. The Snapdragon 800 is clocked at 2.1 gigahertz, and all in all, it's a pretty impressive device. Now, what's neat about this thing are the features that it does when it is projecting. So what we'll do here is we'll turn on the projector and then show you some of the settings here, because this thing has its own autofocus. It has its own feature called keystoning. So if you move the display around along the wall, it's going to maintain the shape of the screen on the wall or wherever you happen to be projecting it against. So we turned it on, and we're going to move it over here. And so as I move the projection around here, you can see that it's auto-focusing. And then if I move it up or down the wall, you can see the aspect ratio changing itself a little bit so that it maintains a rectangular shape no matter what angle it has as I move up the wall or down the wall here. So that's pretty neat. So this will work. It's got a big battery inside. It's a 6,300 milliamp hour battery. It will stream continuously for about 3 hours or so, and that's pretty impressive considering that if it's doing it over Wi-Fi or LTE, it's got some pretty good features built into it. And the neat thing about it is that the fact that you don't need to worry about connecting anything to it to make it work, because it has its own data connectivity. So that is what the SPRO 2 does here. The even better news about this device, because this is probably going to serve not just the business set mindset, but it will serve those that want to be able to have something maybe in their camper or something to project a movie on a screen somewhere at another place where they like to hang out. This is going to be coming to 2 major carriers in the US. That's what it was said to. Now, this spec is not covering any CDMA bands. It will handle LTE and UMTS. In fact, this will handle LTE advanced. So if we had to gander a guess, we would say T-Mobile and AT&T will be getting this sometime in first quarter of this year. And that would be a pretty big development for ZTE to be offering this kind of hardware through 2 major carriers as we go along here. It's not that heavy. It's a good size. You can see it here with, in my hands. My hands aren't the smallest in the world, but they're not the biggest either. And if you needed another reference here, this is it next to a Galaxy Note 4. So it's compact. It'll fit inside a bag or a briefcase, and it has a familiar user feature set to it, even though it is running a custom UI. So that is the SPRO 2 from ZTE. Look for it coming to 2 major carriers in the first quarter of 2015 here in the United States. And we'll bring you more about this device and other goodies from ZTE here at CES 2015 in Las Vegas.